If you struggle with drum fills, or if you're looking for drum fills to add to your drums, here's 10 simple ones you could do. Just edit some MIDI. Let's get into them. You'll hear them just like this one. So it's 10 simple drum fills. The first one, simple high low. All this is we got our snare. So the pattern's always going to be the same in all these examples. It's going to be kick, kick, snare. And then the second half is going to be the drum fills. So here we have 2 snares, 2 high toms, 2 mid toms, and then 2 low toms. So again, simple high low, going from high tom to mid tom to low tom. That's one. Number 2, double up, build up. So this is a low tom and a snare being played at the same time, just over and over and over again. The key here is the volume increases with each hit. Let's take a listen. That's 2. Number 3, mid, high, low. This is a variation of the first one we saw, where we're going to start with 2 snares, then go to 2 mid toms, 2 high toms, and then 2 low toms. Next up, high-low snare anchor. I really like this one because it sounds complex, but it's actually just a variation of the pattern we just saw, just with like some slight tweaking. Let's take a look at it. We have 2 snares, so nothing new there. And then we go high tom, but only for 1 hit. And that second hit, we bring it back to a snare. And then we go to the mid tom, but instead of 2 mid toms, that second mid tom, we bring that back to a snare. And then the low tom, same thing, that second low tom that would be there, we play a snare. So the snare is the anchor throughout all of this. Let's hear how it sounds. Next up, number 5, go low, go high. So this is, it's going to be the same pattern, repeated twice. So we have this pattern here, a low tom and a snare, kind of playing off of each other, low tom, snare, low tom, snare. And we do that same pattern up here with the mid tom and high tom. So mid tom, high tom, mid tom, high tom. Just 2 different drum elements going back and forth once, and then we do it again with 2 different drum elements. Next up, another version of the anchor snare. Here we have the snare, 2 snares, mid tom snare, high tom snare, low tom snare. Broken's another fun one because it sounds, has some interesting dynamics. It sounds a little complex, but really it's the same patterns we've been seeing, just actually with MIDI notes removed. So this is, we have 2 snares, and then here we go to high tom. Instead of 2 high toms, it's just 1. And then we do play two mid toms, but then the low tom, just 1. And we kind of remove that second one there, just like we removed the second high tom. Syncopation, this is a version of broken, but instead we're going to remove different notes. So here we have 2 snares, and then we would have 2 high toms here. I remove the first one, I remove the first mid tom, I remove the first low tom, where we typically had 2 of those. And typically you'd expect a note in each of those places where we removed it. Instead we play the notes on the weaker beats, and that's what technically makes it syncopation. Flam Fills, this one's a bit cheating because it's not really a pattern per se, it's more of like a technique. Flams are when a drummer plays 2 notes in succession, like very, very quickly, almost to the point where it doesn't sound like 2 separate notes, just sounds like a thicker note, like a thicker sounding snare or tom. Let's take a listen. So you use any of the patterns you've seen before or the next one using flams. That's just a technique you can use in any of your fills there. Lastly, number 10, crash doubles. This is just simply going to be a crash, and then mid tom and low tom. We've seen this pattern earlier where you play it over and over and over with the volume increasing in each of those. So there it is. Those are 10 fills. These are all in the fill drum guide available at MIDI. And if you want the screenshots of everything we went through, there's a PDF guide as well that I'm going to link in the comments. So you just click on that and you could download the PDF and you get all 10 of these as well. There's a whole blog post on it. And then, check out the fill drum guide. It has 50 plus of these. You could just drag and drop them in. The simple ones we've seen, but even more complex ones as well. But if you don't want to get that, check out the post and you get the PDF and you can just follow those and build your own from there. And so, peace.